Putting my reputation on the line on a weekly basis is kind of what I do when I buy and sell gold and silver. When I've got gold that's come in and I'm selling it, I want to make sure it's genuine. And when I get something that's a little bit questionable, like this, it's not fake because it's a real coin, as Lawrence would say, but it's not genuine. There's something not right about it. When I get this in and it says to me that it's not right, that's a win in my book for any Sigma owner. And I put a lot of faith in it. So we're going to mix it in with some of my own half sovereigns and prove just how good these machines really are. Gosh, I really hope I can find that again. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to another precious metal ramble. We are going to be revisiting the world of testing gold and silver today to demonstrate just how good these bits of kit are. Now I use them as part of my stacking and my business for testing my precious metals. And such is the faith that I put in these machines that this, which looks like a very good little half sovereign, that is actually questionable and probably a jeweler's fate. We're going to find out more about exactly what it's made of at some point in the near future, sending it to a dealer. But it came across my desk and it is certainly not genuine. And we're going to put faith in the machine and pop it in a pile of my own half sovereigns. But you might just say, hang on a minute, Backyard Bullion, you know exactly where that coin is. You just put it on top of the pile, which is why we're going to take these half sovereigns and we're going to mix them up in a little bag and put it to the test. Now these are my half sovereigns. I'm putting my own stack in jeopardy by putting a non-genuine coin in there. There we go, fully mixed up. And if you're worried about me jingle-jangling coins around, they're meant to be jingle-jangled. These are bullion grade, just absolute pure bullion coins. And don't forget, they were made to be in circulation, made to be actually used at one point. So they're designed to be jingle-jangled in a bag. So there we go. Bunch of half sovereigns. We're going to test them. We've also got some 1 kilo bars here because I'm also going to show the big extension bridge and why I decided to go for the full package for my business. If you are maybe just a stacker, you don't need to go for the full package, but maybe you do if you've got some big bars, or if you're putting your reputation on the line when you're buying and selling, having something like this behind to keep you safe is really important. And to that end, you can go and check out trustymetrics.com, who are sponsoring today's video. There's a link down in the description box, and also I'll put a little black card at the top here for you to go and click. If you're in the UK, I would recommend no other company to buy the Sigma machines from. Fantastic guys that run it, really pragmatic, down to earth. Great customer support, UK warranties, easy peasy, job done. So, talking of easy peasy, the machines themselves are easy peasy, and we are now going to look through this pile of half sovereigns and find the questionable one in the batch. Now I've already preset the machine up for sovereigns, so you can quite easily choose the metal type or the coin type that you are looking at and the weight of the coins as well. And then it's really just as simple as popping them underneath the little magic wand there, and I'm going to pop the ones that I've tested off to one side, otherwise we could be here a while. And of course this all hinges on me not picking the questionable coin out of the batch really early on for this to be an interesting video, but also not the last coin. We're kind of looking and hoping for this to be kind of in the middle of the batch to demonstrate just how quick and easy it is. And it really is this quick and easy. Now, I will point out that these machines are not infallible, and you can sometimes need to do additional bits of scrutiny on a particular coin. And that's where this machine shines. So this is kind of why I wanted to make this style of video, me showing just how easy it is to go through a test of all of your sovereigns or all of your half sovereigns or a big batch of coins that maybe have come in from retail, if you're retailing them, for example. It's that simple. It really is. Just pop them on there. Now, these ones that are testing all happily in the green, they are absolutely fine. What I usually do when I'm retailing, when I'm doing my Backyard Bullion intermediary services, I will pop each and every one on some highly calibrated scales. Here in the UK, we have to have trading standards approved scales if you sell things by weight, like my hand poured silver. So I have these very, very accurate scales that are calibrated annually. And if the weights of those coins are within a certain threshold, then combined with the fact that we have a good positive reading on a Sigma machine, that gives me enough confidence to put my reputation on the line, which is exactly what I want something from this machine to give me that confidence that I can go, yeah, do you know what? This coin is great. So we haven't found it yet, but I have no doubt that we will at some point. What happened with this particular coin is that it is from a friend of mine who basically found it in a box in the attic. I think he inherited it from a relative, and it was just in a tiny little box with a bunch of other little knickknacks of questionable gold jewellery, shall we say. And he brought it around, and I was like, fantastic, yeah, I mean, I'll buy it off you if you want to get rid of it. And we popped it on the Sigma, and instantly there was something wrong with it. And you wouldn't know it to look at it in the first instance, and we'll show that when we find it. I bet you it's going to be the bloody last coin that we pick out of this batch as well. But there's something, it looks great. There isn't really anything from a cursory eye point. Like right now, when you're looking at this pile of sovereigns here, if we just spread them all out, you would not be able to pick that out from this batch to say, hang on, we're covering up the numbers there. You would not be able to pick it out quickly and say, yes, that is the fake coin. So it's very interesting. Upon further investigation, there is definitely something questionable about it, not just from the Sigma machine readings, but also it is slightly different in its weight and diameter. There we go, we found it. So you can see straight up, that is something a little bit different than all the other ones. It's not in the green. Its readings are a lot higher, 11.93, 11.75. We put another one through the machine there. We can see they're all around the 10.3 and 10.1 sort of mark on the Sigma readings. So something is a little bit fishy with this coin. So that, in my mind, if I'm buying coins, if I got a bunch of coins come in from a seller and I was personally buying and I tested, this coin I would give a wide berth. I'd go back to the person and I'd just say, I'm really sorry, this is not something I can buy. Now, as I said, with the weight side of things, this one is bang on perfect. It's 3.98 grams, which is fine. The 3.99 is pretty much where you would want it to be. But 3.98 is not unheard of because there's going to always be a little bit of wear and tear on these types of coins. But it looks great. The color's fine on this coin. There's a slight little bit of interestingness going around the ridge, but it's not something I haven't seen on sovereigns before from this era. So when I got it and saw it, I was like, hang on, well, that's not real. There's something a bit off with that. And then when you compare it side by side with, if we can get the camera to focus, with another half sovereign. So the one on the left is the genuine, the one on the right is the questionable. And you can see it is ever so slightly thinner. And the diameter, very difficult to tell. Now, some of you will be saying, well, why don't you do a diameter test here on the Sigma? And I definitely can, and I will. So you can click here, you can do dimensions, you click round, and then we can go and we can put this coin right next to here. And what you can see is it is ever so slightly out on the line. The angle of the camera isn't going to quite do it justice. It is ever so slightly out, but it's still within the green margin of error. This is such a good fake that it is so close to the perfect dimensions that it would be easy to miss from just that dimension test alone. Not to say that it's not a valid test to do, but it's also easy to miss. So the beauty of this machine is that just simply by putting it under there and it telling me in the red, it basically goes in my mind, alert, 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 something you need to look at a little bit more. Now, we are going to send this coin off to our good friend up at Chards, Lawrence, who is an aficionado of all things that are fake gold coins, or not genuine gold coins, I should say, because it is a real gold coin, I think. It's just not a genuine half sovereign. And he's going to put it under his XRF and his keen eye, and he's going to tell me all about that, and maybe we'll even share a video of him talking on our channel about it. But it does look good. My guess is that it's 21 carats, a jeweler's fake. So what would happen here is the jewelers would make a sovereign ring or a half sovereign ring. They would take the ring, have that hallmarked, because that part is required to be hallmarked, and then the sovereign doesn't need to be hallmarked because it's a coin, and they'd just go and they'd make a fake one because it would cut down their costs. They would make a 21 carat, they'd save a carat every time they do it. If they make 10,000 rings across their lifetime, they are quids in. So that's my suspicion. But if you want to find out more about that, then make sure you subscribe, because we will be sharing that little journey as we go. Now, I'm going to put this to one side because I don't want to have to go through all the coins again to find it out of my own stack. And we're going to move on to testing some big kilo silver bars. So a similar premise is to be said for the big kilo silvers when I get them in as part of my intermediary service. So basically where I sell on behalf of third parties. That is a service that, you know, I do and I charge for, but it's something that I'm very keen to obviously make sure that I'm getting right. If I'm putting my reputation on the line for other people's money, that's even worse than me putting my reputation on the line for my own money. So I want to make sure it's right, which is why when I upgraded my Sigma Original, which was okay, but it doesn't do through readings, which is the most important thing, I decided to go for the big bridge because I knew I was going to get big bars in as well. So, right, what we do over here for this, we need to set it for a kilo bar. So we're going to go here for grams, we're going to go 1,000, and we're going to press done. We're going to need to choose the right metal as well. Actually, that would very much help. A 1,000 gram sovereign would be delightful. There we go, pure silver. We're going to redo that measurement because we did total weight here, 1,000. Done. And then we're going to press measure. Now with this, I've plugged in the bridge, we press the calibrate button, so now all of the testing is done through the bridge. What you will need to do as well is when you put the sample across the little crosshairs here, is you need to put the dimensions of the bar in. So there you go, you can see it's asking for the dimensions. Width here is 117-ish millimeters. So if we go enter in there, 117, press done. Don't think we can go down for the lengths at the moment, so we're just going to pop that in the middle, and then we're going to push down the magic wand, and we're going to press measure, and you can see there we go, we have a beautiful reading right in the green. Now, one little top tip which I discovered when I first had these machines and played with them is if you are sitting near a wireless router, it can somewhat play with the signals of the machine, so make sure you turn your wireless router off or do it in a room that's not there. But just to put into perspective quite how amazing the Sigma team was, and the Trusty Metrics UK arm of their supply was, when I first got this bridge in and was having issues with that because I was unknowingly testing next to my wireless router, I went back to them and said, could you have a look at what I'm doing? Am I doing something wrong? And whilst I couldn't see the router on the camera, they then went back to the Sigma team and asked, and it was very quickly, the support was there, easy, done, fantastic. And now you can see these kilo bars are reading absolutely perfect. And I cannot, and it's that easy, look. And the beauty of this is that you're getting a through reading as well. So it's not just a couple of millimeters on the surface, it's actually penetrating through the bar to test that resistivity, to make sure that these are actually what they say they are. And that is absolutely invaluable. So for me, combined again with knowledge of what I've been doing in my world of precious metals, how long I've been doing it, combined with this machine, I put my reputation on the line on a weekly basis, and that is fantastic for me. So I am always very happy with the Sigma machines, with the team at Sigma and the team at Trusty Metrics. They have always done great things. And hopefully in the near future, saying the near future, it will be within the next year, we'll have some interviews with Sigma, we'll have some interviews with the Trusty Metrics team. I'm trying to convince them to come on. I know that they would be good on the channel because they ramble, like me, in a good way. I mean, look, I ramble, that's what I do, it's what I do best. And I always find it funny when people go, you could have made this video in 30 seconds rather than 10 minutes. Yeah, I could have done. I could have just gone, these Sigmas are great, here's me testing a fake coin, there we go, it works, here's a kilo bar, I'm gonna put that on there, press a button, it says it's green, job done. There you go, that's the advert for Trusty Metrics and Sigma. But I'm giving you a real world example of it. I'm telling you how I go about it. I'm telling you what I do on a weekly basis with my machine. And I think it works a treat. And I think that's the only thing that you can say as a consumer. And whilst Trusty Metrics are sponsoring this video, I do genuinely put a lot of faith in these machines and them as a business and them as an institution via Sigma. I think they're fantastic. I think this machine is the only reason that in the last 18 months to 2 years, in fact it's over 2 years now, 2 years and 1 month, we've sold close to £1.5 million worth of other people's gold and silver. I've put my reputation on the line for over £1.5 million worth, and that isn't possible without these kind of machines. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if we go back now and we just have one last test of this fake sovereign, just to make sure that it is indeed the one that's fake, rather than me putting it back into my own personal stack. Let's go, and there we go, gold sovereign in there. That is the questionable one. And just for good measure, because I know there might be some people watching, probably not to the end of the video, but if we go onto the gold 22 carat version as well and we put that through, you can see it's the same results. And when we get a genuine half and put that through there, in the green as well. So there we go. Really interesting stuff. If you want to find out more about this half sovereign, which is questionable, then do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Have a guess down in the comment section what you think the carat quality of this is. We're going to send it in to Lawrence at Chards and we're going to find out what is going on with it. And if you are in the Cool Kids Club, then you need to quote me 1915. If you quote me 1915, then I will know that you are very cool. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. It's a really good fake, I'll tell you what, it's a really good replica half sovereign, and you would not know it, as we saw, put in a pile of other halves. Definitely some gold content in there. We'll see what comes of it. Anyway, Cool Kids Club 1915 in the comments. Otherwise, go and check out trustymetrics.com. Links in the description box below. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next video. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.